Skill Dirt Oval Racing Network. I'm Big Kev. We got a new show. We're going to be going up to Waverly, Ohio, and talking to Mr. Brian Phipps of the Barn Raceway. Got a new race coming up here, a big 2-day event in June for fifth scale. Then we're going to go down to Mississippi, talk to our old buddy down there, J.D. Dearman, a guy we met down at the Gator Nationals. Can't wait for you guys to meet him. J.D.'s an awesome guy. Then we're going to be talking to my old brother, Chris. And not in the high-tech corner this time, guys, but we're going to be discussing another topic. Hope you guys get enjoyment out of that and learn something. But anyway, it's good to be back talking about fish scale. And everybody enjoy tonight's show. The high-tech part of the show where he's telling us something about high-tech and all that, and we do appreciate that because high-tech is a great product. But that ain't why we're going to talk to my old brother tonight. He's got some things he wants to talk to us about. Brother, here's the mic. Do what you do.
I appreciate that. Well, we'll try not to do that. Of course, I am not a preacher, so we don't have to worry about that. Anyway, we want to talk about and be a representative of DLMRA. And just let everybody know what that is, our Dirt Late Model Racing Association. First of all, we want to give a big shout out for Mike Ottinger. You know, he manages that for us. And, you know, when we started this back several years ago, it kind of started with our 8th scale, and I think it did some 10th scale. But anyway, that's when we got involved. And so we were doing this 5th scale. We started seeing some growth. We had a lot of people asking questions about what you do. So what we did is we just kind of looked at some of the things we have implemented in our rule package and just what we were doing and some other tracks. We just kind of compiled that and just kind of seen where we could kind of find somewhat common ground, right, just to give a good basis of people to reference. Because the thing about it is, you start up a new track, you're trying to think, okay, well, what are these guys doing? What are you doing? You know, so we established DLMRA and had the 5th scale added onto it so these tracks could use that as a reference point to say, hey, you know what?
If they wanted to.
If they wanted to. That's the key thing. You know, it is just a guideline. You don't have to do that. And at the same time, even if you're abiding by it, we're not going to be a policeman, come out there and make or break anything. You know, just like we say on our statement, the track has the final say of everything. You know, so at the end of the day, it's a good guideline, but is it law? No. You know, we just want to utilize something to make it easier for people to abide by. You know, plus too, anybody that is operating under what we have, it makes it nice because if they're coming from another area, they can look at that site and say, oh, well, here's what these guys are doing. I can make my car compliant. No different than if I was going to go Midwest or our buddies up at Dead End, Mike Willman, you know, they have their own set. I can look and see their list and make sure that I'm compliant with what would be there. So, you know, it just makes it nice, but this is a good way because we got a few tracks that says, yeah, I want to do that, and that's all good and well, and that's what we want to establish to make it easy and convenient as a reference point.
Right, yeah, and what you're saying, brother, is each sandbox, each person has their own sandbox they play in it. If you want to, you don't have to use any set of rules. You don't even have to have a rule one at your racetrack if you don't want to. If it's just want to be run what you brung, do what you want to do, it's your track. And what we wanted to focus on is everybody needs to be having fun. If you don't want to race by any kind of rules, don't race by any rules. But don't browbeat and beat down the other tracks that do want to have them. And if you're running a different kind of rule than what I run, if I want to race with your racetrack, I need to be just a happy camper and do what you request of me to race there and have a good time. The biggest thing at the end of the day is enjoying what we do, growing the sport, and having a good time. That's what I do. If you don't want to worry about rules and guidelines and things like that, get a crew chief like I have. Let him do all that worrying. Because all I got to do is show up the track, have a smile on my face, with or without my teeth, having a good time, and talking, and then I get to race. I don't worry about the rules. I don't care if we go wherever we go to race. If we're going to go to Alaska and they say I got to have snow plows on my car, I'm going to hope my brother's got snow plows laid up on my car to race with. I ain't going to be fussing about it. I'm just going to try and do the best I can with snow plows. Is that what you're trying to say, brother?
Absolutely, definitely. And so if you're going to go race somewhere, find out from the track what package do you have, and if they've got a certain set, be good with that and be happy with it. And don't try to buck against, because we're not a national set. Now, if we have tracks that operate in it, that's cool, and we're all about it. We're not making one dime off any of it, so it just kind of helps streamline. It just helps people have a guideline, and that's really what we're looking at. And we just, like you said, we want people to have a good time. We want to be able to make it easy, because our idea, I love seeing new tracks open up.
It's awesome.
And I love seeing new people coming in, and we've got multiple builders, we've got racers all over the country, and when you look back and it's only just 2 or 3 of us that were, from the get-go, man, this whole thing is a pretty awesome experience to see the growth and the positiveness, and that's what I really love about it is in our whole class all together, I feel like we've got a good atmosphere. We got a good group of guys and gals. We got some gals racing. And so that makes it really nice because, you're not having all the bickering and battering. We want to see people working together, not against each other. And there again, that's what we want to represent with us. We're not DLMRA against Midwest or DLMRA against whoever. It's just, what? This is just a package we put together, and we put a name on it. So, when you go online to find it, it's easy to find, is really what it comes down to.
And if you want to go race, good and well, we're going to the barn to race here next month. That's a big race. My brother, I know he's been contacting, trying to find out what kind of rules they run up there, so that we can have our cars ready to go up there and race and have a good time, not wait till we get there and decide what they, see what they're racing under. I just leave that up to him, guys. But there again, be prepared before you go, and then you ain't got nothing to really be upset about. You know what's on the front end, and don't matter what rules it is. Just race. Have a good time. Enjoy it. If you don't want to go by those rules, don't go to that track. That's all I can say. If you don't like it, don't go. But still, uplift and promote the hobby. That's the thing. Promote it. Wherever you're at, promote it. And it's growing leaps and bounds. And that's how it's going to grow, is by us being able to work together with everybody. Use whatever rules you got. Be happy with what you got. Support your track owners. I'm going to say that. Support your track owners and be faithful to them and be happy with the things they do, because we're just trying to help grow the sport. That's all we're trying to do. Brother, anything else you want to say about all this?
Just, again, thanks to everybody for our network of good people and good product. Man, I tell you what, we've raced RC for a long time, and by far, just like what JD said earlier in the interviews,
thank you, JD.
The best class, the most realistic, the most fun, best group of people anywhere. So thank you all, guys, for all your support to us and what we do, and thank you for what you do.
Don't forget, go have fun at the racetrack. It's no Big Kev, my old brother Chris, the Pain Gang. We'll see you at the racetrack. Driver profile section takes us down to Mississippi to talk to a good buddy of ours, man. We got to meet down at the Gator Nationals. I'm telling you what's the truth. I'm not kidding. The man's a racer, but I'm telling you, he missed his call. And you talk about announcing the race, he could get you fired up, excited, and just happy to be at a racetrack, man. JD, how's things going down in Mississippi?
Man, we just blessed to be here and be a part of what you're doing, brother.
I hear you, man, and I never even knew who you was till I heard that voice come over down at Gator Nationals, man, and I'm telling you, that ain't something that you can just be taught. That's a talent, man. You got a talent for calling a race, I'll tell you that.
Called a gift of gab, brother, gift of gab.
There you go. Well, man, I got some questions for you. JD, where do you call home? Where do you do most of your racing at down there?
Seminary, Mississippi is where I do 99% of my racing now. There and down at Red Baron in Biloxi, Mississippi. But getting fresh back into this, and we looking forward to this year. Just bought a new trailer, and looking forward to doing some traveling and just meeting more folks and just enjoying the sport.
That's right. JD, now, you just said you got you a new trailer, new car, and all that. Now, how long you been running these fish scales?
Man, I'm just getting back into the fish scale. I'd say I got started back up somewhere around Thanksgiving of last year.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I've been involved in the RC oval racing for probably 10 or 12 years now. Cut my teeth with an 8 scale and done a little 10 scale. And you guys seem to be where it was at. So, just had to come aboard and be a part of. I'm on my own track and everything, and I just enjoy it. But y'all seem to be the happening deal right now.
Oh, I don't know about all that, man. But what do you think about these fish scales? Do you like them?
Well, like would be a like word. I'm going to say I love them.
There you go.
Man, they're the most realistic I've done so far. Just the car reacts to everything you do to it. And so far, the best group of guys I've been around, I'm here to tell you.
Oh, yeah, man. And like I say, we hopefully can be able to spend some more time with you guys. Just to be able to come up here, man. I wish that teleport thing I've been talking about, I wish it was where I could, Saturday night, just beam down there and race with you guys. And y'all could beam up here and we could just race. It wasn't that 12-hour drive or however long it took us to get there. Too long.
Well, I can guarantee you this. You're going to look up and beam. I'm going to be up there one day this year. Yes, I'm coming to see you guys. Y'all can look forward to that.
Oh, man, we can't wait for that to happen, I tell you, man. And I know you're racing with a good group of racers down there, too, man. It's just like, I feel like Mississippi and Louisiana, all those guys down there, we make everybody faster. You race with a good group, you get fast, won't you?
You better believe that, or you get left behind one.
That's exactly right. You'll get faster, you'll get left behind. That's exactly right. Well, man, I appreciate your time that you give us here tonight to do this little driver profile section, and we always end our show with our driver profile with quick questions. I'm going to just ask you some questions, and you just tell me off the top of your head your answers, okay?
All right.
Here we go. Quick questions. Fish Scale Dirt Oval Racing Network. We got our driver profile, J.D. Dearman. J.D., would you rather weed eat or push mow?
Weed eat.
Goodyear tire or Michelin tire?
Goodyear.
Pistol or rifle? Did we freeze up there on you, JD?
Nope, I'm still here.
Pistol or rifle?
Pistol.
Hamburger or hot dog?
Hamburger.
Gray or black?
Black.
A tacky track or a loose track?
Loose track.
Donuts or Debbie cakes?
Debbie cake.
There you go. Josh Richards or Jonathan Davenport?
Jonathan Davenport.
And our final question for the quick questions tonight, would you rather have your eyebrow pierced or your tongue pierced?
I don't even know if that's an answer. I prefer no piercings.
No piercings, okay. But if you had to have one, where would you rather it be?
Ooh, my eyebrow or what now?
Eyebrow or your tongue?
Boy, you boys in Tennessee something else. I guess my eyebrow, if I had my tongue pierced, it would affect my eating.
There you go. I hear you there. That's right. All right, guys. That's Mr. J.D. Dearman, man. I really do look forward to being able to race with you and be hanging out with you again here pretty soon. And, man, I just wish you the best of luck here in 2018. Let all them boys down there know we said hey, and we look forward to racing with you guys.
We'll do it, man. And I'm going to be up there and see you guys. And while you got me, I just want to give a shout out and say God bless y'all. Thank y'all for what you're doing. And hope this whole world keeps God first in our country.
That's exactly right, J.D. He's number one. And if he ain't number one, you don't need to do nothing else till you make him number one.
Amen. Because if it wasn't for him, brother, we couldn't do what we're doing today.
That's right. That's awesome, man. Hey, we brothers as racers, we brothers in Christ. I can done tell you that.
Amen.
All right, friend. Hey, you enjoy your night, man. Thank you for your time here, Mr. Dearman, and go win some races this year.
Hey, brother, I look forward to it. Y'all have a blessed one.
Scott takes us up to Waverly, Ohio, talk to the track owner, Mr. Brian Phipps. Brian, how is it in Waverly tonight?
Today is a perfect day. We're getting a lot done, so we're enjoying the early spring weather.
Right, man. We had an opportunity and privilege to meet Mr. Phipps up there last year at the Adams County Fair. And, man, put on a spectacular show there at the fair. Probably one of my favorite moments or highlights of, it was probably 2017, Brian. But now you've got a big race coming up here in just a little bit. If you don't mind, can you just let everybody know just a little bit about the barn, where it started, how long you've been there, and, just give us some details about your racetrack up there.
Sure, I'll be happy to. I had probably 6 or 8 friends/relatives that was playing around just a little bit with some RC stuff. And long story short, we started off in my shop. I own a wrap shop. We do wrap, signs, graphics, things like that. And about once a week, the guys were getting together and coming to my shop, and they were playing on our concrete floor of the shop. It got to be a little bit of an issue because we had to push race cars in and out and move projects around so we could race. Life and own his own contracting company pouring concrete. So he said, I'm going to empty that barn out. We're going to put some dirt in there, and we're going to race in there. So what started out to be just a group of, like I said, cousins, friends, things like that, turned out to be now 9 years later, the Barn Raceway. So I don't know that it was even on purpose. It just happened. We're happy with that.
Oh, yeah, Brian, I'll tell you, man, you got quite a following. I know you guys are just now venturing over into the fifth scale. This is still kind of new for you guys being in the fifth scale world. Built your outdoor track, and what are the dimensions of like your outdoor facility that you have up there?
I can tell you that our run line is about 225, maybe 230.
Okay.
We didn't really have a blueprint to go from. Same with our indoor.
Right.
We built the track without ever even attending an RC event. Like I said, it was never meant to be open to the public when the idea was fathomed. And then same with our outdoor. The first outdoor RC racetrack that I'd ever even seen in my life was our own. So
right.
Didn't really get by any blueprints, and sometimes we still kind of go against the grain. But we have a good time, have a lot of good friends, and have met a lot of good people from the RC hobby.
Oh, yeah. Brian, what transponder system do you guys run up there, just for those that's run?
iLap system. It's the IR system.
Okay.
RCLapcounter.com. If
Okay.
someone needs to pick one up before they head our way, I think they're, $38 in shipping, so just a little over $40 to get one
Okay.
at your door, and we sell them here at the track as well.
You do sell them. Okay. So they are available for drivers if they don't get one before they come up there.
Sure.
Okay.
We also have others, so we'll take care of you one way or the other.
Well, there you go, Brian. Yeah, you took care of us when we were up there. Wanted to go, and I know this is a touch. You don't really want to bring it up, but I do too, because we met Mr. Kelly Anderson up there last year, and such a nice guy, man. And I know for how we felt, man, I know you guys experienced a great loss there with Mr. Anderson, and we carry that number 13 sticker on our cars for us too, because he is just a top-notch guy, and that speaks highly of the barn too. That you guys had a great representative right there as Mr. Anderson.
I will say this: that Kelly's reach was much further than I could even have anticipated. Once he passed, we saw that there were guys coming from all corners of the United States who wanted to support his cause, run the decal, things like that. So Kelly was definitely an ambassador for the Barn Raceway. It didn't matter where we went to race.
Right.
Kelly made sure that everyone there was a list on his friends list before he got out of there. So
Oh yeah.
Kelly was one of like a second dad to me.
Yeah.
And surely is missed. And,
Oh
we
yeah.
hope to do the best that we can to carry on his name and his honor with our Anderson Memorial races, which you mentioned earlier. We have a big fifth scale event that will be coming up in a month or 2 months.
Yeah.
And we'll do a large short course modified race, and we'll have a Kelly Anderson Memorial the night prior to that. So
Right.
big weekends coming up for our summer season, and as Kelly would have wanted it that way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he would there, Brian. Now, talking about your big race, I seen you had it penciled for June the 1st and 2nd, correct? For your fifth scale spectacular, I believe is what it was on there. Any details on that race? Are you running how many classes, or any of the details as far as that goes for your fifth scale?
We will run fifth scales each night, obviously, and then we'll also probably run a support class on Friday and a support class on Saturday. Probably short course open for sure we'll run, because that's the most popular the most popular secondary class for that weekend. I know a lot of guys may
Right.
be able to come in and bring those.
Oh yeah.
So we'll probably do that. We have sponsors who we always ask for their say for things like that. When a sponsor's putting up money and
Yeah.
prizes for a big event, we always like to get their input for what they would like to see as well.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's not just our decision.
Yeah.
But we will have a sport class for sure each night.
Okay.
And we'll blow out some money and give out some prizes and try to have a good time.
Hey, I know one thing. We're super excited. We've made some hotel reservations up there for that weekend. We can't wait to get back up there with you guys. And I've had a ton of people ask us, "Are you going to do the fair this year?" Is it?
Well, the connection that we had to the fair, we had a good friend that was on the fair board, and he decided that it was just too much work aside from his family and things
Understand.
like that. So he stepped down here,
Uh-huh.
and he was a connection, and he said he still expected them to contact us.
Okay.
We were probably their most fruitful day as far as profit-wise because we kind of functioned on our own.
Right.
And he expected us to come back, but I have not heard from the fair.
Okay.
So we may be able to jostle some things around if they do contact us.
Oh yeah.
But, we did kind of take the show on the road, so to speak, here in a couple weeks to do a race at the Brush Creek Motorsports Park,
Oh.
which is a big, full-scale track.
Right.
And we're going to race there here in 2 weeks, I believe.
Awesome.
And see what shakes down. Like I said, we don't have one on the schedule right now.
Yeah.
But it's still not out of the realm of possibilities that we still may make that happen. If so, we'll definitely double down on that and do a 2-day event.
Well, there you go.
And, if we can make that happen. But
Well.
otherwise, right now, the only 2-day events we have are the ones that are listed on our schedule.
I understand. I'll tell you guys, if you haven't been up to Ohio, it's worth the trip. I'm telling you. These guys, they really know how to treat you. Him and his dad both, everybody up there. We've made good friends with a lot of those guys up there. And if you ever get an opportunity to go to Waverly, Ohio, check out the barn. I'm telling you, it's a place to be. I won't keep you any longer, Mr. Phipps. I know you're a busy man. And I appreciate everything you're doing for the hobby and even for Fiskell, for us guys too. And I look forward to being up there in a couple months there with you.
We look forward to having you. You guys are a good bunch, and you have taught us a lot. We do still consider ourselves Fiskell novice racers because we've got just a few races under our belts. But you guys sure were good to accommodate and try to get us going in the right direction. And we'll probably still lean on you when you come this way.
Hey, that's what we'll do, Mr. Phipps. That's right. We can't wait to be with you guys up there. And tell Mike Denny I said hey, okay?
We'll sure do it.
All right. Take care, Brian.
All right. You guys have a good evening.
You too. All right. I hope everybody had as much fun watching the show as we had making the show. Got to give a special thanks to Mr. Brian Phipps up at Waverly at the barn, and we got to thank Mr. J.D. Dearman for the time he gave us tonight doing the show for us. And then, man, old brother Chris, got to thank him. He been on the show with us. Anyway, guys, don't forget, support your local racetracks, man. Everybody go out, have a good time, a good, fun summer of racing. Be on the lookout. Fiskell Rover Racing Network. You never know who we're going to be showing up. Everybody, take care, enjoy, and I'll see you at the track. This is Big Kev.